Okay, so today I'm going to teach you how to make, sorry, that was my phone, how to make this bracelet, which I kind of just created. I don't know if I'm the original person created or someone else did, but, I just think it kind of looks like a lava lamp, so that's what I'm going to call it. And there's two ways to make the bracelet. If, this is the one I like better, which I just did, and then there's this one, which you can't really see it because of the colors I did, but this one I did by holding it like this without a board. So if you want a tighter one, don't use a board. And if you want a looser one that kind of looks like this, it's longer kind of, use the board. Okay, so you're gonna set your strings up: A, B, C, D, E, E, D, C, B, A. So you're gonna set it up just like a chevron. Okay. So now you're just gonna make one single chevron with your outer strings. I already did, oh, sorry, I forgot something. I suggest taping it down to about where your last chevron is, which you'll see what I mean when we get to that step. So the bracelet does not scrouch up, because it's very easy for it to scrouch up. So this bracelet's not for beginners. Alright, so you can take your outer string and just do a simple chevron. I usually prefer to use a board, which the board I simply just made by cutting out a piece of cardboard to fit the size of a book, usually a heavier book, which I used a Guinness World Record book, and then I just kind of taped it on there and cut out some slits, and it's stayed like this for probably about 6 months, and I use it all the time. As you can see, there's all these little tape marks from where I pulled off tape. Alright, so do the other side. Okay, almost there. And then join the strings in the middle. Okay. So now you've just done a chevron, which as you can see you've done that, and these strings, all the other strings stayed in order, but these strings have come to the middle. And for this bracelet, these strings, every time you finish a little part, it needs to come back to the center. If it doesn't come back to the center, you've done something wrong. Okay, so now you're just going to need your first two inner strings, which for me is yellow and orange. So I'm just going to kind of pull those out, so you don't need your outer three strings. I'm just going to kind of set those to the side. Let me put another piece of tape on here. Okay, so now basically you're going to kind of do a chevron like. So with your string on the right, do a forward knot on the yellow. You're just going to do one forward knot and set it down. Now do the exact same thing with the other side, but you're going to do a backward knot on the yellow. Okay, now you're going to take back up your orange string, which on the left one, you're going to do a forward knot on the yellow string. Put this down. Do the same thing with the orange side, but you're going to do a backward knot. And now you're just going to kind of join them together. So now, let me get that a little tighter. So now you have basically the first little circle. I suggest taping it down after each one, which that will help keep the strings, you'll see it. It'll help keep the strings so they're like dangled, kind of. This is kind of like the totem pole, I guess. Totem pole thing, whatever, pole. Bracelet in a way. Kind of the same concept, I guess you could say. Okay. So now you're going to take out all your strings except the outer two. So for me, I'm going to add the green ones. Okay. So now you're going to take your orange and you're going to do the exact same thing you did with the yellows the last time, except you're going to also do on the green. So with the right string, I'm going to do 2 forward knots. put those down and do the other one with the other yellow string, or orange, my bad. And you're going to do backward knots on the yellow and then the green. Okay. And now you're going to bring it back. So now you're going to basically do a chevron with these 3 strings, or with these 3 colors, or you know what I mean. Okay. So you're going to do forward knots. And now you're going to do backward knots. So basically you're kind of repeating the same thing, you're just kind of adding another string. And join them together. Be careful when you join them together. Okay, so now you have a little bit of a bigger hole. Okay. So now you're going to take out your next string, which for me is this magenta color. So I'm going to pull that out. And these little blue strings are going to go to the side. And I'm going to tape it down again. Okay. Now you're going to do the exact same thing you did. So this is, I believe, called the inverse chevron, I believe it's called, but it's just... So now you're going to go out, and you're going to do forward knots to your magenta string, which is for your second to last outer string. Alright, now you're going to repeat that on the other side, but using backwards knots. Alright. Now you're going to bring them back. So do forward knots on these 3 strings. Alright. Now do it with the other one, the orange. Alright, so now you're starting to get more of an oval shape. Okay, now you're going to bring out your last string. So now you're going to have all strings together now again. Whoops. And I'm going to tape it down. Alright, now you're going to basically do the same thing you've done for the other ones, but you're also going to do it on the blue string. Or whatever color it is for you. With the last string you do on each little set thingy, you want to make sure you're careful, which is why the tape helps, or the strings you'll bring the knot all the way up to there. So you need to be careful with that, and it helps a lot to use tape. Tape is a good thing to have when you're making friendship bracelets. Do it with the other side, by the way. Alright, now you're going to bring it back to the center by doing a chevron. Do it with the other side. and join them together. Okay, so now you can, if you want to, you can keep going with the same color. I would just make sure that if you want the whole thing to be orange, for example, make that string really long. And if you want to change colors like I did, just do a chevron to bring them back to the middle. So let's see what this looks like. And there we go. So the reason why you want to tape the strings down is so you can keep these straight. And I actually kind of like this one better than the other one. So that's how you make, which I think I'm going to call the lava lamp. Alright, thanks for watching.